Hello everyone, I am officially back from vacation. It is now time for another part of Fate Grand Order. And today we are going to do the commemorative anniversary quest. Looks to be a short one. I don't know what the deal with it is, but we are now going to take on the great quest of Sherlock Holmes. What the hell affinity is that? I don't even know. Moon Cancer. It beats Berserker? Beats Berserker and Avenger, but loses to Ruler. I have no idea this is gonna play out. That is literally the first time I've seen that that class type. I don't know. Let's see if this is enough. Maybe. Famous last words. Who knows? Alright, without any further ado, let's get it on. The one who seeks and reveals the truth, detective, or perhaps arbiter. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sherlock Holmes, world-renowned investigator and the world's only consulting detective. I am both the origin and a conglomeration of the very concept of a detective, and I represent all those who shine light on the truth. I shall have the pleasure of leading you to new mysteries and new truths. In consequence of a variety of very particular circumstances, I have manifested as a servant and have, for the time being, taken up residence in Chaldea. I cannot claim to be utilizing my detective skills to their utmost, but I am still myself, unchanged. The only difference is now that rather than my accustomed seat in my room situated in 221B Baker Street, I presently find myself on Chaldeia's multi-purpose sofa. Or so I say. I gather that for some of you, this is our first meeting, while there are others among you who have long been familiar with my history and skills. If you are the former, let's see, simply think of what you're about to witness as memories from the shadows of the future. Or a dream if you like, though lamentably I'm unable to intervene in dreams. Which is to say, this is not a dream. Now then, let us begin. Have you ever read the most excellent and famous detective mysteries that feature Sherlock Holmes as their main character? Each features the detective solving various mysteries set in the 19th and 20th centuries. The stories are frequently adapted to film and other media. Surely you've at least heard of them. I was about to take the haughty approach and do my usual stick of, you know, those things starring me. I'm the main character of this story. But I think Holmes is a little too wholesome for that. And so, seeing you manifest here as Holmes, one imagines you wondering, was Sherlock Holmes an actual individual? Wasn't he a man of fiction? Indeed. Curious. Very curious. I love the pause and then the raised eyebrow, like, now we're thinking. Am I the manifestation of the character in the stories written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle? Or did the great Detective Holmes really exist, and were the stories based on the events of his life? In other words, were the stories written by Sir Conan Doyle adapted from the biography by Watson? This must be a great puzzle to you all as well. I had meant to bring this up one of these days. This time around, the story is not about the incineration of humanity, nor its restoration. The story is about yours truly. Hi, Kohai. Good morning, Senpai. Did you get a good night's rest? Well, you know, this bed isn't as comfy as hotel beds, obviously. I also pulled my leg doing bar limbo, but that's another story. It's getting better. I just can't crouch down on it. Morning. Get my tea. Yes, hello. It appears Mr. Holmes has something to discuss with us this morning. Something about the battle simulator for training. Wait, are there magnifying glasses, like, surrounding him? Is that what that is? Good morning, Keaton. We've arrived at precisely the moment I anticipated. As Miss Kyrelight mentioned, I would like you to accompany me to the simulator for experiment. I'm raising my eyebrow again. The item I requested from Sir Babbage is finally being completed. I would like you to try it out. An item, you say? An explanation would be a simple thing, but it would be far better to experience it. It's not race shifting per se, so there's no need to be nervous. I would, however, advise you not to let your guard down. Some battles to be expected, of course. Let us begin. Excuse me, Mr. Holmes. Senpai hasn't finished changing the proper mystic code. Yes, I've already accounted for that and made the necessary adjustments. This is not a standard race shift, so it's easy enough for me to control such minor details. I was literally about to ask. I thought only Romani could mess with that. Begin simulation. Oh god, why does it look like Step in the Fate Extra? Senpai, can you hear me? Good, we're connected, I'm glad. This feels more like a race shift than a simulation. So where exactly is this place? It seems sort of familiar. Well, it doesn't ring a bell to me. Normally the simulator creates stages based on locations we visited in race shifts. But this is wireframe? To use the parlance of science fiction, you might call it cyberspace. In that it is virtual reality, it's not much different from the simulator. But behold! Thanks to the program that Sir Babbage created, we are inside Chaldea's computer system. This really does seem familiar. Senpai? If we find a random Nero running about, we'll know. Allow me to explain. The simulator you normally use to train contained a curious mass of data from the mainframe's internal memory. I lent my aid to the staff in an effort to remove it, but it has given us quite a fight, and so I requested the mathematical genius, Sir Babbage, to help us out. Wouldn't it have been easier for Babbage to work on it himself? I wanted to see for myself. Certain aspects of the venture tickled my fancy. So I asked Sir Babbage to do the impossible task of creating a program to hack in. And what's the point of us being here? Solving mysteries. Well, I certainly derive a certain satisfaction from solving them myself without anyone ever knowing. I had the opportunity to invite you along and took it so that I might provide a bit of commentary while I went about solving this mystery. And I simply could not do that were I alone, now could I? So, because you wanted to comment on it, well, it is true that when a great detective solves a mystery, an audience is an absolute necessary. Man, I miss casting and commentating for, like, Smash. I need to get back into that. Going to the Defender North this weekend, I wish I could have been on the castle line for that. We have front row seats of Mr. Holmes' commentary, Senpai. That's cool and all, but it's really early. Indeed, and there's also the possibility of battle. I'm not entirely certain that my new spirit origin can handle it alone. A new spirit origin? Mr. Holmes, didn't you mention that you manifested as a caster? Well, you'll soon see. Now then, let's proceed, shall we? The node with the data mass in question is ahead. I would have liked to appear immediately in front of the data mass, but the target node is well protected. So it's the usual you-know-what. There it is! An all too familiar howl. Senpai, I'm detecting enemy! But you're inside Chaldea's mainframe. You're in a computer and you're not detecting a response from an enemy that actually has magical energy? As expected. Mr. Holmes? Oh, we are indeed in the simulator. I should warn you that the battle we now face will be more real than a simulation. Any interest you sustain will likely affect your physical body in reality. Proceed with caution. Thank you, Mr. Holmes! That is certainly reassuring. Let us hold nothing back. Target approaching rapidly. Please be careful. We can set the NP to high speed, but we still can't skip it. Alas. And that's why we have Bunyan. Alright, let's get it on. Oh, he's the ruler here. Okay, I have no idea how the moon cancer works, so... Other than that, they lose to rulers, apparently. Alright, so let's start it off with your Brave Chain. Mr. Holmes. Oh, damn! Oh, damn, he got martial arts too? Alright. Alright, Sherlock, I see you. Damn, got the cane too! Alright, I'm impressed already. I'm impressed. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Mr. Holmes. Alright, Senpai, let's... I'm Senpai. Kohai. Let's get a Brave Chain going with you. And do a lot of damage. That's okay. Speed Jammer. What did that do? C-Star drop. Oh. Okay, I didn't need it that badly. Yeah, let's just go Buster. Just enough. Hypothetical reasoning. Wait, what did that do? Oh, debuff immune. Good. Should have dropped that first, actually. Inflict NP seal to one enemy. Oh my god, yes! I can definitely use that later on if I ever, by some strange chance, draw you. Alright, what do we have here? Oh my god, fuck, even his NP. Oh, I love it. Let's see. All enemies, apply ignore invincible, ignore defense. Okay, it's a buff. Okay then, in which case, since we're gonna be here a little while longer, might as well get the Brave Chain going. Second. Elementary, my dear. Oh my god. Alright, that is easily top 5 support based NPs in the game for me. That's great. Got the whole deductive reasoning and everything. Whoops. Okay, so we can't kill him before that, can we? Gosh darn it. Alright, Kohai. Leave this up to you. Oh, so close. She got a second crit. I would have done it. Okay, so I don't know. Hold on, let me actually target. Gift of Insight. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what you're about to do, but I'm not giving you any chances, see? Wait. And then... Quicken Arts. Damn! Stabbed him. Oh, I got a gear. I have no idea what that is. Probably an essential material for the ruler moon cancer or something, I don't know. Battle's ended. I'm not detecting any of her enemies in your vicinity. Good work, Senpai. Senpai? Bare knuckle boxing, sir? Now that you mention it, Mr. Holmes did use a special facade in previous battles, saying there was an issue of his spirit origin. But this time his appearance didn't change during battle. And he fought with his bare hands. Could that possibly be the famed mysterious martial arts style that Mr. Holmes utilized, taken directly from the stories of Sir Conan Doyle? Baritsu! What kind of martial art is that? I haven't used Baritsu for a long time, but it is quite a thrill. What's the matter, Miss Kyrie Light? And with you, Master. As my master, shouldn't Baritsu be familiar to you? Say what? Ah, yes, I suppose I neglected to mention that. I've officially become a servant of Chaldea and formed a contract with you. I did so last night. We already had a connection, so it was only a matter of time. The rest, well, a variety of circumstances and changes have taken place. Is the label of ruler a typo? Ah, yes, I mentioned I was a caster. Forgive me, I lied. A lie? Mr. Holmes, that's so ungentlemanly of you. A jest, my apologies, I couldn't help myself. Allow me to explain in all seriousness. When I officially became a servant of Chaldea, my spirit origin changed significantly. Much to my surprise, as I am sure you can imagine. I was most assuredly a caster before, but as of now, I am Sherlock Holmes, the ruler. So that wasn't a typo. Ruler, Sherlock Holmes! I see, so that's how it is. Since he's a great detective who has solved many difficult cases, it may indeed be appropriate to call Holmes a peacemaker or a mediator. No, I should not even say may in this case. I should say this was very likely to happen. In the past, John, Martha, and Amakase Shiro all told me the following. In the case of heroic spirit summoning based on the Holy Grail, only actual saints could be summoned as rulers. But Chaldea's summoning system is not bound by such rules. Curious, very curious. The detective ought to seek the truth and lay it bare. To make a ruling should be the job of a judge or a jury. So my goodness. Womp 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 womp. But here we are anyway. And now the end of this very short story. Bunyan Stone back up. Just gonna jump right into it. By the way, there's something that's been bothering me. What is it? The man who was Sherlock Holmes, the world's greatest detective and one and only consulting detective. May I ask a question? This has been on my mind for the longest time. Mr. Sherlock Holmes, which exactly are you? By which you mean? Can you not see my cocked eyebrow? Now I am curious. Excuse me. I took a sip between starting this and that, and it didn't go down right. I believe you, Mr. Holmes, know exactly what I'm asking you. Indeed, but as it happens, I would like you to say the words this time. Actually, need not come from Miss Kyrie Light herself. Master, you have the same question in mind, correct? Did you really exist? Historically, I mean. That's it. That's what I was curious about. At first, when I met you, all I could think was the great detective really did exist. I simply accepted that fact. Thinking about it though, I'm not really sure. I never heard the truth from you, Mr. Holmes. On top of that, I recall you making contradictory statements about whether or not you were fictional. Ah, I see. I anticipated that this question would come up one day, and so I cannot say I'm surprised. It is, after all, a perfectly reasonable question. Miss Kyrillite, Keaton, if you do ask outright, things may grow more complicated. Would you mind that? Excuse me as I dodge around the question in every single fathomable possibility. Greek mythological heroes such as Heracles and the witch Medea, Karna and Arjuna from Indian mythology, Celtic heroes, the knights from the legend of King Arthur, Charlemagne's famous paladins, the giant-killing Beowulf, the four retainers of Raiko who slayed the demon spider Tsushigumo, and many myths and legends spoke of these heroes and great men and women. Let us say for the moment that I am indeed a creation of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. What then is to say that the individuals I mentioned are not similar creations? I was created during the time when Doyle wrote his stories, but many heroes of legend were created by people writing stories long after their respective moments in time. For example, Siegfried's story, found in the Poetic Edda, while set in the 5th century, was not completed until after the 8th. Karna and Arjuna's story is set somewhere around 5000 BC. The text itself, however, was completed sometime between the 4th century BD and 4th century AD. Even the legend of Sakata Kintoki, Mr. Golden himself, was said to be set down in narrative form sometime after the Edo period. Other than him, the majority of the heroic tales of Japan's Heian period were passed on in stories during the early days of Edo. The legends were told long after they lived. Indeed. That is probably true, so what of me? You know what? I knew he was going to pull this sort of thing, but he's also not wrong. You understand now? What difference is there between these heroes of legend and myself? None. We are essentially the same. I mean, but there isn't proof either, you know? Proof? I see. So you're saying that there's no physical evidence throughout human history that proves my existence. There are indeed no official documents or records of my tenancy of 221B Baker Street. Or I have a record stating that there is no such place. Are you trying to say that it actually exists? That may simplify matters for me, but allow me to digress for a moment. Consider the other heroes other than myself. Hardly any heroes and myths have been proven to exist from the standpoint of cultural anthropology or archaeology. No remains have ever been found. Even places said to be the burial sites of the heroes of legend have provided no proof. My cocked eyebrow says one exception would be the Trojan War. I also made the glorious, wonderful discovery that the Trojan War was actual historical fact. Before its great discovery, the poems of the Iliad were believed to be no more than legend. The same goes for the other heroes. Many of them are fictional, characters of legend. I mean, we have ratings to uphold by the ESRB game system, you know. As such, many of our heroic spirits also lack any definitive proof of their factual existence. Indeed, to believe myself alone to be a fictitious being would be folly. Legends and similarly unverified tales are no more than stories humans tell, correct? The world is spherical, not flat. It is not carried upon the shoulders of the great titan Atlas as Greek myth would have it. The night is a result of the Earth's rotation, not the goddess of Nyx's cave. There's no record of the evil dragon Fafnir existing in the 5th century, and even the legend of King Arthur was woven by Sir Mallory. In other words, this world is. We kind of deflected all around the universe there. You talk too much! Oh shit. Computer program. Ones and zeros, zeros and ones. I think I saw a 2. I don't care if it's real or fictitious. That's one seriously digitalized shout. I suppose it's time. In the midst of all that prattling, we've reached our destination. The unidentified data mass, so that voice we heard, well, it's not unidentified. But I can see why you might believe that, but think back. Allow me to explain. The usual crap, I lost the line. A simulator, wow, I'm derping out, usually used to train, contained a curious mass of data within the mainframe's internal memory. I lent my aid to the staff in an effort to remove it. Ah! A curious data mass. Excuse me, I just said unidentified because what you said made me assume. Holmes, you malicious man. My apologies, it's true. There's no need for Miss Kyrelight to regret her words. It was easier to guide you all here by inferring that we were going to investigate an unknown entity. Of course, I have already deduced the identity of the data mass, and now that we are closer, my belief is becoming a growing conviction. Almost misread that as growling. In other words, lay it on me! It is excess data that has been piling up in the memory of the battle simulator's mainframe. It is generated every time Kadon wins. Normally it would be deleted every time training ends, but it appears some fragments have remained in the registry. Every time we win? Yes, it's anger that is generated every time NPCs lose a battle. Anger? NPCs, the enemies sprites we fight in simulation battles? As they were created to simulate the enemies found in the singularities, the NPCs are very aggressive. NPCs are obviously not artificial beings, that is to say, they have neither emotions nor personality, yet they still have some measure of intellect. At least where matters of battle are concerned, they are equipped with AI so that they can think in battle. They are created expressly for you to battle. Werewolf, goblin, wyvern, hermit crab, demonic boar, and a variety of shadow servants have also been created. It appears that these numerous NPCs felt anger each time they lost. The anger secretly building up all this time. A contradiction! Precisely. Anger is not exactly the right word, and it should not even be possible in the first place. They are programmed to win, and yet could not. NPCs should only be capable of acknowledgement of that fact. But someone twisted that acknowledgement into the emotion of anger, and that is our culprit. While I will personally deal with the culprit later on, for the time being, we must pacify the NPCs our culprit is driven berserk in order to keep the simulator operating smoothly. Wow, Holmes is amazing. He's talking like this case is already closed. I wonder who the true culprit is. It's Romani, isn't it? 0110011. Gang defeated continuously within the data sphere. Regret. I'll make sure nobody will be able to use the battle simulator ever again. Using us for every little thing. Die Chaldea, die servants, die master. We will never drop essential materials for you again, ever! Why would real materials drop in a simulator anyway? To hell with embers, to hell with secret gems. Die, 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 and become excess data too! Magical energy sponsors the Cruci Senpai. Prepare for battle! I shall leave the commands in this battle to you, Master. By the way, the Mystic Code was compatible with me would be... In response approaching, they're coming! Egad! Wow, that was a lot of talking. I'm actually a little proud of myself. I didn't fumble nearly as much as I normally would going over that much text. Maybe I was born to play Sherlock Holmes after all. Grudge data. Alright, let's get it on. Oh, I should have waited. That's my B. Because the critical star gather rate only goes up for one turn. I mean, as long as you don't pull any nonsense like Altria did during the Paul Bunyan stuff, then we should be okay, I think. I'm still not over that. I said Altria. Altria's right there. Excuse me, Altera. I don't think they hit that hard. Then again, I have defenses up. Here you go. Oh, hello, Arts Chain. How you doing? I might need Koi for this. Well, no, let's get it anyway. Gonna settle for a Brave Chain, but might as well. seems to be all it knows how to do, huh? Very well.
構わない。懸命なファンだ。なるほど。面白い。
That's what I like to see. Alright, so yeah, play this one out. Okay, then let's see.
始めるとしよう。
清掃、突撃、清掃。
I should have. No, damn it, I messed that up. I was trying to see if I could get the chain bonus by putting Buster in the middle, so I could save Rongo for last, but whatever. It is what it is.
My dear.
I see through. So, screw your defenses. You might be dead. Maybe. Rongo Myriad again! Ow. It's not even that it's hard, it's just I don't have enough. They don't have enough HP. That might be more to my servant level than anything. Except, I know Mash's, I know her growth is fixed. Oh, I better pop this right now. Wait, could work on fitness 3 turns. Oh, perfect. There we go. Kanoma did a little more, not gonna lie. Okay, getting a little dicey, too much for my liking, thank you very much. Oh, Berserker still beat this. Okay, cool, good to know. Let's see now. What can we do here? Just in case. Quick answer. Go for it. Arendite Overload! Oh, that was just enough to kill. Perfect. We did it. Got a beating heart out of it. Battle's ended, and I'm not detecting any traces of magical energy around you anymore either. Good work, Kidon. The case is closed for now. It shouldn't damage the simulator's operation, and the NPC should no longer harbor anger. Never forget, Master, those beings battle you endlessly, day and night, so you might train and grow. Though they will no longer possess anger or feelings of regret. Even if they are no more than data within neither personality nor life, they are in a sense members of Chaldea who helped in your fight to save humanity. It may be best to keep that in the back of your mind whenever you go through a battle simulation. Mr. Holmes. So what exactly are you? Returning to that topic will once more open up a can of worms, if that is alright. And so... Oh, hi! I see you glossed over it all. Child of Hydra, dragon skin and fang, talons of the Tsuchikomo spider of the east, relics noble phantasms left from the age of gods. Even behind the shadows of society, if we speak of the realm of magecraft, there should be plenty of proof you can present. Historical? Fictional? Why on earth would you be mentioning this now? I had no choice. If we had dug deeper, we would need to discuss matters such as parallel worlds or the pruning theoretical phenomenon, and I would even need to go into detail about the Age of Gods. We live in a world where the distant past retains no physical trace of us. That is the manner of uncertainty in which we live. It is as it should be, since what we can see and touch and experience as reality are brief, fleeting events. Even secured by a sacred lance, such a thing could easily be stripped away if the means were discovered. There's no need for humans to know. They shouldn't know. That is why I was given the spirit origin of a ruler, as a mediator and judge. I mediate the truth and rule over all creation to maintain the history of humanity. As one who shines as a light on the truth, I sense that the world is telling me that not all illusion and dreams should be laid bare. That's utter sophistry. You could do very well explaining any and all of those... I messed up that line. Avoided, pardon me, any or all of those topics while explaining, great detective that you are. It's quite vexing to hear that you flatter me. Do stop that at once. Ah ha ha, your words cut deep. And well they should. Ah, one more thing. That tampering with the battle simulator was your doing, yes? Whatever are you talking about? I confess I was interested in the device from a mathematical standpoint, you see, and I did take a look at the system itself. No more than that, though. Let's have your story, then. I noticed an inexplicable burst of static lasting only a few seconds during Chaldea's log this past May. Even I could not determine quite what it was. It must have been a special case indeed. I have at least a notion of what manner of phenomenon it was. You must have used that static blocker as reference. If you knew from the beginning, then I'd appreciate you refrain from even asking. Honestly, you've always been such a pernicious detective. Oh, has there ever been any instance where I showed my wicked side to you in Sir Doyle's works? Why, you... And I guess that's that. Now I can grind freely again. And I got a summon ticket. Yay! That was actually a nice, very short, but also very nice side story. I definitely enjoy Holmes as a character as portrayed in Fate, as well as his moveset, because goddamn, that stuff's just cool. So as we do, we will end things with a summoning session. Once it gets there. One second. My mistake, I had to check on something. I should have left the tenor going on while I did that. Even though there's not anything here of note. But when is there ever? And then we will What can I roll on? Oh, there you go. Second singularity pickup. Ends in a few days. And this I need to save up for because everyone likes anime waifus, right? Right. That's for much, much later. So I will drop a singular summoning ticket on the anniversary pickup. I mean, his drop rate is up. It'd be nice if I got him, you know. I enjoyed him. Unless he's paid gacha only, in which case, rip. I still don't like that's a thing, but, you know. Oh, I got someone new. Paracelsus von Hohenheim. Oh, right, we're getting some transmutation up in this. I have been summoned upon your request. Please be friends with me, Paracelsus. Maybe he took the caster role from Holmes. Alright. Rapid casting. MP gauge. Territory caution. Event? There's an event going on? Anti-army. All arts, so it's probably his NP as well. Where is it? Deal increased damage to all enemies and decrease attack 3 turns. Okay, that's fine. Illustrated by Nakahara and voiced by Shinichiro Miki, a legendary physician and alchemist. Known as a figure that lived during the Renaissance period of the 16th century, he has left behind many achievements in books such as the rediscovery of the 5 elements and the rediscovery of the 3 principles of alchemy. A rare figure that left his mark in both human and magical history. Alright, cool. I'm looking forward to using them. Nakahara. That art style is very, very familiar. I think it's mostly like the eyes and the composition of the face. It reminds me of something, but God, I can't place for life of me right now. Alright, so it wasn't Holmes. I got someone new at least. I'm not complaining about that. Anyway, thank you all for watching this part of Fate Grand Order. And when we return next time, we will be doing the summer rerun. It has been requested, actually. I think it's the first time we've gotten requests for event coverage in this game by a couple people, and I had every intention of doing it anyway, but now I can lay your worries to rest. I've been Sonic Fiend. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day, everybody.